Yes, sir. Let's start.
Yes, sir. Hi, everybody. So, welcome to iitiansgateclasses. I'm Dheeraj Mishra, your mentor for general aptitude. Okay, so in today's session, we are going to solve question from 2022. Right? Already, we have done question from 2023 for electronics and communication engineering as well as electrical engineering. So in this session, we are going to solve again 20 questions. Right? So initially, we are going to start with the electronics and communication paper, and we are going to take 10 questions from original paper, and we are going to see how we can solve the question properly, right? So let us jump to the very first question here on the screen. So can we have the first question here? This question is from English, okay, and you have to fill these gaps, right? So Mr. X speaks dash Japanese dash Chinese, okay. So you guys can also comment on the chat box, since this session is live here, so you guys can interact with me. So Mr. X, okay, so you take here. I think you guys might have seen in your school days, also in high school, and uh, in the English grammar, like neither or is not the correct pair that one has to understand. Either is also not correct, either nor, because it should be either or, right? Either should always go with or, neither should always go with nor, right? So this can be the correct answer here. You can see neither nor, right? So Mr. X speaks neither Japanese nor Chinese, right? So the option C will be correct for this question. Okay, so if you know these pairs, right, neither nor, either or, okay, so then you can get the correct answer. So this question demands 5 seconds to answer the question, right? So we'll move to next question. This question was asked from English, okay, in 2022 EC paper, right? Let us see this question, guys. The question is from, you can say, ratio here, right? So sum of money is to be distributed among PQRS in the ratio 5 to 4:3 respectively, right? Now the question is here, they have given something, some hint is given, and this hint is, you know, uh, this hint is very important. With the help of this hint, you can find the share of a Q, right? So this question again takes 3 to 4 seconds only. See how. See, if what they have given here is R gets 1,000 more than S, means the difference between R and S is 1,000. Okay, so the difference between R and S here is nothing but, if you take 4 and 3, so 4 minus 3 is nothing but 1. So this 1 correspond to 1,000, right? That you have to keep in mind. Then the Q share will be what? So Q is nothing but 2 here. So 2 will be corresponding to 2,000. Directly answer will be 2,000, right? So the answer for this question is what, guys? Answer for this question is gonna be, okay, 2000. So you see how fast we can solve this question. Just by looking at the question, you can get the answer, right? So the answer for this question is 2000. What is the logic we have used here is, you don't have to take x by or something, any kind of variable here. Since they have given a sum of monies to be distributed among PQRS, and they have said that R gets 1,000 more than S, means there is a difference between R and S. The share of R and S is, you can say, 1,000. So since they have given the ratio here 4:1, right? So you can say that 4:1, right? So 4:3. So the difference, 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 correspond to thousands, then 2 correspond to 2,000, because we have to, at the end of the day, we have to find the share of Q. So the answer for this question is 2000. You see, two questions we have done in hardly 20 to 30 seconds, right? Okay. Let us solve this question. This question is from, you can say, geometry, right? And these kind of figure we have discussed also, right? How to find the area of the trapezium and all. So first of all, you have to realize the trapezium. You know that in trapezium there are two sides which are parallel to each other. So a trapezium has a vertices marked as PQRS in that order, anti-clockwise. You have to remember anti-clockwise. Now they have given that the PQ is parallel to SR. Okay, so yeah, but we don't know which one is longer and which one is shorter. So let us see. Further, it is given that PQ is 11 centimeter, and QR is 4 centimeter, RS is 6 centimeter, SP is 3 centimeter. what is the shortest distance between PQ and SR, right? So the shortest distance which will be in the trapezium is nothing but what, guys? That height, you can say. Okay. So as long as you are reading the question, you should be able to draw the figure as well. So I'm just going to draw the figure here. You see here, this is going to be your trapezium, right? Okay, the trapezium is going to be looking like this. So PQ is nothing but 11, so you can say this is nothing but 11, P and Q anti-clockwise, PQ, RS, right? So PQ is 11, SR is given as, you can say, 6 centimeters, so this is nothing but 6 centimeter, right? Okay, now PS and everything is given here, so SP is 3 and QR is 4, right? Now you have to find what the shortest distance between RS and PQ. So you can say that this distance you have to find, that is nothing but height. Okay, if you draw the perpendicular from this vertex, okay, as, so it will be H. You can also draw from here, it is also going to be H, since they are parallel here, right? So, and if you see this is nothing but 6 centimeter, guys, from here to here, right? So you don't know this distance, you don't know this distance, otherwise you can find H here. Okay, that is what. So you can consider that this is nothing but A and this is nothing but B. The total distance is nothing but what, guys? Total distance is nothing but A plus B plus 6 equal to 11. So you can say that A plus B equal to what? A plus B is nothing but 5. Okay, so this is one relation that you have got, okay, directly. Now you have to find the relation, since these are the right angle triangles, you can apply Pythagoras. Okay, so just I'm going to apply Pythagoras. So first में लगाएंगे तो it will be nothing but a square plus h square equal to 9, and इसमें लगाते हैं तो it will be nothing but b square plus h square equal to 16. Now you can subtract these so that you can get some relation here. So if you subtract, so it will be nothing but b square minus a square equal to 16 minus 9. That is nothing but what, guys? You can just subtract. Okay, so 16 minus 9, what will be that? That is, I believe it is 7. Okay, now you can write this as b minus a and b plus a, right, which is nothing but 7. So you know that b minus a will be what? B minus a is nothing but 7 by 5, since a plus b is given. Okay, so it takes this kind of, like, we don't know anything, but still we can solve the problem, right? So now you have to find a and b. If you are able to find a and b, then using any relation you can find h, right? So how to find a and b, guys? Just take this equation, right, and take this equation, right, second equation, you can say, and subtract. Okay, so if you're going to get here, so if you add these two, right, so a gets cancelled, so it is nothing but 2b, 5 plus you can say 7 by 5, right, which is nothing but 32 by 5. Okay, so b is nothing but what, guys? 16 by 5. Okay, I believe this is fine. Now you can plug this here, right, since you have to find h. So you can say that h square is going to be 16 minus b square is nothing but 16 square by 25, right? So h is going to be square root of 16 into 25 minus 16 square by 25, right? Now you can just find out. So you will get here around 144 by, so it will be 12 by 5, right? 12 by 5. Okay, so if you solve this, you will get around 12 by 5. Okay, so 12 by 5 is nothing but what, guys? You can just go for the option now. So you will get here as 12 by 5, which is nothing but 2.4 about, right? So the answer for this question is 2.4. Okay, so this question needs a little bit of algebra, so you guys can do it. Okay, it is a very simple question. Since they are asking what is the value of h, I mean the shortest distance between the parallel, okay, like, PQ and SR. So I believe this is fine for all, right? So question number 3 is done. Let us go to this question number 4. So this question is from figure counting. Okay, these kind of concept I've discussed in the class also. So you guys can solve quickly, right? So the figure shows a grid formed by collection of the unit squares. Okay, the unshaded unit square is in the grid represent whole. So this is unshaded, this is the whole. Okay, so what is the maximum number of squares without hole in the interior that can be formed within the 4 is to 4 grid using the unit square as a building blocks, right? So first of all, you can find the total number of blocks. Okay, total number of squares. Okay, since it is a square matrix like 4 is to 4, right? So what you can do here is you can find, and you can forget about this, right? Okay, you can forget about this whole here, right? So 4 is to 4 grid, okay, 4 is to 4 grid, understand? So it is a very good question that is given here, right? So I think this, okay, so one, two, three, four, right? Yeah. So total number of square will be what? If you take 1 is to 1, right? I mean 1 by 1, 1 cross 1. Total square will be, total number of square is nothing but 4 into 4 minus 1, because this whole is not going to be considered as square, so it is nothing but 15, right? But now you can also consider maximum number of square you have to count, right? Maximum number of square. So you can also go for 2 by 2 square. So one is nothing but this, guys. You look at here, this is one, then second is gonna be this, okay. Third is going to be this, right? I believe this is fine, okay. The fourth is going to be this, okay. Fourth is going to be this, understand? So you see, okay, I think this is clear for all, right? So, and one more is there. This is one more, right? So there are 20, right? So this, you can add more 5, okay? So it will be giving you what, the total number of square is going to be 20, right? So as I counted here, so you can see, understand? I believe this is fine for all, right? So this is one by one squares, that is 4 into 4 minus 1, and 2 by 2 also you can find. So one is this, 1, 2, okay, 3, and 2 more is there. These are not visible here, but you can find out, right? Okay. So 20 will be the correct answer for this question. Let us go to this question, guys. Question number 5, okay. So an art gallery engages a square security guard, okay, to ensure that the items displayed are protected, right? The diagram below represents the plan of the gallery where the boundary walls are opaque, right? Boundary walls are opaque, right? The location the security guard posted is identified such that all the inner space shaded region in the plane of the gallery is within the line of the sight of the security guard, right? If the security guard does not move around the posted location and has a 360 view, which one of the following correctly represent all the set of all possible locations among the location PQRS where the security guard can be posted to watch over the entire inner space of the gallery, right? So it's a very long puzzle they have given, kind of puzzle, okay, and you have to see here. So this is the situation they have given, okay. So what question they are asking, that you have to answer, right? So let us go through the question here, and I mean we have gone through the question, but still, okay, in the exam your diagram will be in front of you only, right? So security guard posting, what will be the correct answer here, right? That you have to keep in mind, understand? So again we can go through here. Question is, what they are asking is, uh, which one of the following correctly represents set of all possible locations among the locations PQRS where the security guard can be posted, okay, to watch over the entire inner space of the gallery, right? So you have to post, okay, you have to post what, you have to post basically a security guard location. You have to put the security guard at the location from where he can see everything, right? That you have to check, okay. Fine. So if suppose the location is where, guys, you can connect here, right? So suppose this is a point here, right? So you know security guard cannot see these are, okay, he can only see this, right? QNS. But if suppose you're going to post here, right? Okay, like okay, that is very very important. So he can see this and this, okay. I believe this is fine. So security guard posting at Q and S, right? Q and S. That is very important to keep in mind. Okay, if you're going to put post the security guard, okay, so he can watch the entire space of the gallery, right? So which option is going to be correct here? So if you are going to post here, guys, so you see here, you can connect everything, right? Everything he can see, right? Okay. So the answer for this question will be what? Answer for this question will be QNS, right? So it's a very simple question. You have to just go through it and okay. We'll go to next question, question number 6. Mosquitoes pose a threat to human health, right? Controlling this is, I think, a inference based question you see here. So mosquitoes pose a threat to human health. Controlling mosquitoes using chemical may have undesired consequences, right? So this is a kind of passage which is very specific, you can say, right? The tone of a passage you can also understand. So mosquitoes pose a threat to human health, right? So if okay, controlling mosquitoes using chemicals may have undesired consequences. That is also fact, okay, according to the passage. In Florida, authorities have used genetically modified mosquitoes to control the overall mosquito population. Okay, it remains to be seen if this novel approach has unforeseen consequences, right? Uh, okay, so which of the following is correct logical inference based on the information in the given passage, right? So despite you did not understand the passage, but once you go through the option, right, so you can directly get it. So whenever this kind of question will be there, you can also start from the options. Also, you can go through the option and then come back to the passage, right? That is also okay. Now you read the options and you will realize that this option will not be correct. Okay, I mean, because if the answer is not according to the passage, if the answer is I mean, if the options are according to your thought, right, it may happen that option can be according to your thought, right? So using chemical to kill mosquitoes is better than using genetically modified mosquitoes because genetic engineering is dangerous. Okay, so nothing is mentioned, no, nothing is mentioned regarding genetic engineering. So this is not the correct answer, right? I believe this is fine for all, yeah. So you have to answer in this manner. Okay, guys. Now let us go to next option. Using genetically modified mosquito is better than using chemical to kill mosquito because they do not have any side effect. Okay, so again this option is eliminated. So while reading the options, you should be very confident, right? Okay, that this option will be eliminated. Now let us move to next. Both using genetically modified mosquitoes and chemical have undesired consequences and can be dangerous also. राइट, so ये क्या है, यहाँ पर देखो क्या है, अनफोर्सीन कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, राइट? सो okay, now option, next option, what is there? Using chemical to kill mosquito may have undesired consequences, but it is clear if using genetically it is not clear, they have written using genetically modified mosquito has any negative consequences, right? So this option can be correct. Okay, so option D will be correct for this question, right? So I believe this kind of question you can do, okay? And I need not to tell you the translation of the passage. Okay, many people what they do is they understand, they waste their time to understand the passage first in their language, and then they go to options and answer. But we have to eliminate. Okay, this kind of question can be used, can be solved with the help of TQQ kind of thing. Tone, quality, and quantity of the passage. Fine. So let's move to next question, question number 7, and it is for 2 mark question. And this question is from inequality. Those students who have, you know, who have been taught by me, right? So they might be understanding. So this question does not need any kind of pen and paper or solution, right? You have to identify that what kind of inequality they have given the question. So consider the following inequality. So this is nothing but linear inequality, but they have given a strict one, right? A strict one in both the sense, right? Strict. If there is a strict inequality, so answer cannot be slack. So option will be D, guys. Sorry, option will be C directly, right? So that is what the concept that I have told also in during the classroom, right, when I was teaching. So this is very important to keep in mind. Okay, so you don't have to solve this inequality, right? But you can solve it if you want to. You can solve it, right? But I would suggest if all the options contains slack inequalities, and one of the option contains, the strict inequality. So answer is gonna be strict only, right? So I hope this makes sense, right? So option C will be correct. Next question number 8. So 2 mark you have got, within a few seconds you can say, right? So this is a question again. It needs your patience and to find the area and all, right? So 4 points are given: 0, 1, 0, -3. Okay, R, -2, -1. All these things are given. Represent the vertices of the quadrilateral, right? Okay, four side, quadrilateral in the sense four side. Okay, so what is the area enclosed by the quadrilateral? So first of all you have to draw figure, right? You can draw the figure, guys. Okay, since they have given x, Okay, this is a 2D plane you can take, x and y. So 0 and 1 will be here, right? You can say 0 and 1 is going to be here. Okay, you can say this is p, and q is going to be 0 and minus 3. 0 will be on the y axis, right? 0 is going to be here, x is 0, on the y axis minus 3. So this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. You can say this point is there, that is nothing but 0, minus 3, and this is nothing but 0, 1, right? So you can just plot it quickly and find the line, find the distance between vertices. That will give you the length of a segment. Okay, now they have given something here, that is r is nothing but minus 2 and minus 1. So x is minus 2, that is minus 1, minus 2, right? So go according to your scale also, right? And this is going to be minus 1, so you can say this point, right? So this is nothing but r, which is minus 2 and minus 1. Okay, so do patiently, because this is of 2 mark questions. You can spend some time for 1 minute or a couple of minutes, right? So as equal to, see, whenever 2 mark question is there, you have to be very serious, right? Don't take it for granted. S equal to 2 minus 1, right? So 2 is, x is 2, right? So 1, 2 you can take here, minus 1 is there. So this is the situation. So you can now join it. So you will find that this is nothing but a, okay, okay, quadrilateral. But now since you have to find the distance here, what is the segment here, guys? You can say this is segment, you can take, right, like this. Okay. So you can find the distance. Okay, how to find distance between 2 points, that is very important. So this, if you try to find the distance, so 0 minus of minus, like you can say, so it will be 2 square, and 1 minus of minus 2, so it will be nothing but root 8. And this point also you can locate here, this is nothing but, guys, 2 minus 1, so it is again going to be root 8. It is also root 8, it is also root 8. Okay, so since we have got all the sides which are root 8 only, right? Root 8. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So it is nothing but what, all the sides are same. Now we have to determine whether it is a square or not. Okay, if it is a square, then product of two sides is going to be giving you the area of the, you can say, quadrilateral. Okay, but how can we ensure that this is a square, since it looks like a rhombus also, right? So you can find the, you can find the diagonals. Okay, so diagonal, if you're going to find, so suppose this is, if you join these points, I mean these are the diagonals, right? So diagonal कैसे find करते हैं, 2 of minus, that is, 4 square, and 4 square, so you will get 4 only, 4. And if you're going to find this also, you will get 4 only, right? So this is also 4. So you see diagonals are same. Okay, since the diagonals are same, if the diagonals are same, guys, then what will happen, this picture is nothing but square. And since this is square, right? And if suppose it has, it would have been rhombus also, you can get the area, because the half into product of the diagonals, but still you can get the area, right? So what is the answer, guys? And if you consider square, this is a rhombus, so answer will be same only, right? So answer will be 8, right? Because 4 into 4 by 2, that is 16 by 2, 8, or you can multiply root 2, root 8, that is going to be 8. So it's a very simple question. If you're able to draw the picture, get the answer quickly, right? If you have got the basics, right? So you see how we are solving the question. So 8 questions are done, right? Next question is ninth question, and this is a kind of puzzle, again puzzle question. And these are the topic that I have covered also, how to solve this kind of question. So in the class of 5 students, there are 5 students, you can say PQRST. Only one student is known to have copied in the class, in the exam. Among 5 students, only one student is there who has copied. No other student has copied, right? Remember, okay? The disciplinary committee has investigated the situation, right? And they recorded the statement from the student as given below, right? So some statement they have recorded. They asked to P, right? So what was the statement of P? P said that R has copied in the exam. Okay, R has copied in. Okay, it means R has copied in the exam, right? And statement Q said ki S has copied in the exam. Statement of R said P did not copy in the exam. Okay, that is very important to keep in mind. A statement of S said only one of us is telling the truth. Okay, so among all the statement, only one of the statement is true, right? All other statement is going to be what? All other statement is going to be false. That is very, very important to keep in mind. Okay, so statement of S is saying what? Only one of us is telling the truth. Okay, that is the very important point that you have to keep in mind. Okay, now since you can see here. Okay, this is very very important to understand. Fine. So what you can do here is statement of T. What statement of T says that R is telling the truth. Okay, if R is telling the truth, okay, if R, suppose you consider that R is telling the truth. Okay, so R tells the truth means P did not copy the examination, right? It means that, okay, you see here P did not copy the examination, right? So then R has copied in the examination. So you might go for, you might say that yes, sir, R is the correct answer, but R is not the correct answer, okay? Because you see here what they have given. The investigative team had this line will be very helpful, guys. This line is very very helpful, okay? This is very important. The investigating team had authentic information that S never lies. Okay, S never lies, okay? S never lies. This is the very correct statement, you can say S never lies. Okay, so statement of S is going to be correct. So only one of us is telling the truth. Okay, only one of us is telling the truth. So what will be the answer, guys? Can somebody tell me what can be the correct answer for this question? Yes, because it looks like that R can be the correct answer, but the answer correct answer is P here, guys. Okay. Now how you can investigate the P is the right answer? Can somebody tell me in the, okay? Please tell me fast. Yes, I can wait because this is 2 mark question, right? So we can wait for that. Understand? Yeah. Anybody is there who can answer the question? Yes. Anyway, I will tell you, right? So since I told you that you have to understand ki S never speak the, I mean S never lies. Okay, means S speak the truth. That is very important. So you have to understand. Okay, what you have to understand here is, so statement S. If you pick up, okay, if you take the statement S, right? So only one of us is telling the truth. Okay, so and it is also given the question that S is telling the truth, right? Okay, so let us suppose, you have to start supposing here that T is telling the truth. You can say if T is telling the truth, okay, means R is telling the truth. Okay, if T is telling the truth means R is telling the truth. Okay, understand? So according to R, we know that what P did not copy in the exam, right? But if T is telling the truth, that is very important to keep in mind. Okay, if T, like you have considered that if T is telling the truth, so R cannot tell the truth. That is very important to keep in mind, right? Okay, because only one of us can tell the truth. That is very important. So here there is a confusion, right? If you think that R is if suppose you have considered, right, if T is telling the truth means R is telling the truth. The two of, here there is a confusion between T and R, right? Then these are the wrong statement, right? Remember, T R is not telling the truth. Okay, remember, because there is a confusion. So in the sense that P has copied, okay, here statement of P is wrong here. Okay, like R has copied the exam is wrong. R has not copied the exam, but P has copied the exam. So answer will be P. Okay, that is very very important to keep in mind. So you have to start from S, then you have to consider T, and T is going to verify that R is not speaking the truth. It means P copied the exam. Like here statement is what? P did not copy the exam. If R is true means P did not copy. But uh, since one of only one of us is going to be telling the truth. Okay, so answer for this question is P. This is very good question, you can say. Very good puzzle. Yeah. Okay, so let us move to next question. Question number 10, guys. Okay, so question number 10 is again from, so out of 10 question, I find only one or two questions kind of, they are going different. But out of 15, you can still obtain 12 marks, right? And that is good marks, you can say. Consider the following square, though you should score 15 out of 15 in aptitude. Okay, if you have attended my session. So consider the following square with the four corners, okay, and the center marked as a P, Q, R, S, T, right? Let X, Y, Z. represent the following operations, right? So here they have given okay, this is very important to keep in mind. Okay, so I believe hmm. Now can we have the okay, so I think there is a uh, okay, one figure is also given, so you can just take the figure here. I'm just drawing here. I think figure is there. Yeah, so it is nothing but P, Q, R, and S, and you can join all these, right? And there is a T. Okay, now notice here what is the operation X here, right? So X is nothing but rotation of square by 180 degree with respect to SQ axis. Okay, this is the axis they are considering, and they are rotating 180 degree. Okay, now by rotation of the square by 180 degree, okay, by is what, rotation of square by 180 degree with respect to PR, right? With respect to PR, okay, with respect to this axis. Okay, now rotation of square by 90 degree clockwise with respect to, okay, this is very important. Okay, with respect to the axis perpendicular going into the screen. Okay, like you can say going into the screen and passing to the point Q. Okay, passing through the point T, right? That is very very important statement. Okay, so which option can be correct here? Which option can be correct, right? So let us see, consider the following three distinct operations, sequence of operations which are applied in the left to the right order, right? So left से start करेंगे, okay, and to the right we will move, right, like this. Okay, from left to right. So left is this and right. Okay, so here x by z z, x by and 4 times z operation has been performed. So which of the following statement is correct as per the information given, right? So they are asking what are these operations, I mean these sequence of operations which are equivalent, right? So these three operations cannot be equivalent, that is very sure. Okay, that you have to keep in mind, right? And here only two operations are there, right? And here four operations are there, right? So if you think that if you rotate 180 degree, okay, with respect to SQ, right? Okay, rotate 180 degree with respect to SQ, what will happen here? This is a very good question that you can understand. Okay, so please try to solve this question again. Yeah. Rotate 180 degree with respect to what? With respect to SQ. Understood? So which options can be correct here? That is very very important to keep in mind. Okay, so I can just show you. Okay, x car. Okay, x, what will be the x here, right? So if you're going to rotate square of 180 by 180 degree with respect to x, so just I'm going to show you. So what will happen is that this p will be here, this r is going to be here, and this, okay, they will be switching their you can say that. Okay, this is very important to keep in mind. Understand? So they will switch. Okay, they will switch their positions, right? This r will be here and s will be there, right? 180 degree was shifting. Now if you're going to switch rotate by 180 degree, right? So in case of that, what will happen? These q and s will change their positions, right? Okay, so I can draw here. Understand? So this is very very important to keep in mind. So when you will do all these things, you will find that 1 and 3 will be the equivalent here, 1 and 3. Okay, so I can draw here also. देखो x के लिए क्या करेंगे? What is x? X is going to be, just I'm going to draw here and you just see it. Okay, x is going to be this is r, all right, this is p, and this is nothing but s and q, right? This is t, right? So this is x. You see, SQ will be okay, but P and R will be switching their vertices. Okay, so yeah. Now this is going to be by here if you take. So 180 degree with respect to what? PR, right? PR. So what will happen is that Q and Q will be here, S will be there, PR. Okay. So I think this is clear, guys. And then what you can do here is, in case of z क्या हो जाएगा z. So z operation is going to be, though you should solve this kind of question by yourself because here you need some sort of operations. So this is r, this is you can say q, and this is p, and this is nothing but s. Okay? So you can match with respect to the original one. Okay, because we are rotating just by 90 degree. Okay, in this case, in case of z, rotation of the square by 90 degree clockwise. Okay? Now, okay, these are the operations that we have performed. Okay, now you can consider x, y, z, z, right? X, y, z, z. So you can take x, then you can find x, y, then you can find x, y, g, right? Okay. So you will find that overall the answer will be what? Answer will be, as I said you, the option you can say operation 1 and 3 will be the same, right? This and this. You can check out, okay, and understand. So this is the end of guys electronics paper. So 10 question was there. Only one question was little tricky here. This question. Other questions are very simple, right? So yeah. So out of this you can score around 13 marks. So question number 20. Like let us go for electrical engineering now because we have done question from electronics and communication. So now we will solve question from electrical engineering, right? So again 10 questions, right? 10 questions for 15 marks. And these are the marks which are going to boost your confidence in the first hour. And then nobody can stop you, getting good rank. अगर आप 15 marks यहाँ से obtain कर लेते हो, then extra you have to obtain 50 marks, right? So your life is safe then, right? So let us start with the English question, right? And these questions, as you read the statement, fill in the blank questions are asked. So as you grow older, an injury to your dash may take longer to heal, right? So which option is gonna be correct? An injury to your heel, right? See, these words are, the pronunciation of these words are quite similar, right? So we might make mistake also. Heel. Which option can be correct here, right? So this cannot be correct, right? This can also not be correct. Heel cannot be correct, right? This can also be not correct. So option D will be correct here, right? So okay. Heel and heel. I believe everybody understand heel, right? Heel, He. Okay. Injury to your heel may longer take. Okay, take longer to HEAL, right? We call it, okay, when I'm gonna get heal. After getting good rank, my bounce will be healing, right? Okay, so you can understand this. Yeah. So for this question, you can say the answer for this question is D. Anybody can solve this question. Okay, so 1 mark is direct. Let us go to next question, the question number 2 here. What they have given is, there is a race problem they have given, right? So it is a 500-meter race. Okay, P and Q have speed in the ratio. They have given speed in the ratio 3:4. Q starts the race when P has already covered 140 meter, guys. Okay, so what is the distance between P and Q when P wins the race? See, when P wins the race means what? P has covered 500-meter distance. That is very important to keep in mind. Okay, so you can just decide here. You can take the you are starting the race, right? So Q, when Q will start the race, P already has reached here about, you can say, 140 meter. The total race is nothing but 500 meter, right? That you have to keep in mind. Okay, I hope this makes sense to all. Okay, and they have given here the speed, guys. So their speed is nothing but 3:4. Their speed is 3:4. So you can divide the distance in 3:4. Okay, you can divide the distance in 3:4. Okay, that is very very important to keep in mind, right? So if it is 140, you can say, so this is going to be 360, right? If it is 140, so 360, because total distance is 500. So speed ratio is given as 3:4. Speed ratio is given as 3:4. You can say this is nothing but P is to Q. Okay, speed is 3:4, right? Now, so you can say that this is nothing but, you can take 3x and 4x, right? You can take 3x and 4x, right? So because you want to find the distance here, so I'm just going to divide this distance into 3x and 4x. So here 4x correspond to what, guys? 4x correspond to 360. So x correspond to 90. Okay, x correspond to 90. That is very important to keep in mind. Understood? Okay. So this is very important to keep in mind. So since the moment P wins, you see what they are asking is what is the distance between P and Q when P wins the race? If P wins the race means what? P covers, you can say 500 meters when P wins the race. The total distance that P has covered is 500 meters, right? And how much distance this guy has covered, like Q? That is very important to find. Okay, so how can we find out that? So I think I must not take like this. 1 minute. I think we have done somewhere kind of 1 minute. Yeah. So let me take this. This is nothing but P here, guys. 1 minute. So P is here, okay? P is here, okay? And this is Q. So P is to Q, they have given that is nothing but 3 is to 4, right? So 3 should correspond to 360. Sorry, okay? That is what I missed out, okay? Please remember that. You can correct also. So 3x correspond to 360 because this is a P here, right? So x will be what? X is going to be 120. X is going to be 120 meter. X is going to be 120 meter. Then what is going to be Q? So Q will be nothing but 4 into X. That is 4 into 120 meter, which is nothing but 480. So what they are saying is this is nothing but 3x, guys. This is 4x. Please remember that, okay? Since their speed is given in 3 is to 4, so please take down like this, okay? So you see, when P wins the race, so he has covered 500 meters, but Q has covered only 480 meters, right? So what is the difference between P and Q then? So 500 minus 480. That will give you 20, right? So please answer, okay? The answer for this question is 20. Okay, please correct that, okay? Because P has already reached to 140 already, right? Since the Q started. Okay, there is. So this question was very good question, and you guys can answer the question right like this. Sometimes we can also take x, guys. There is no harm. Okay, so question number 3 here and from the number system and our favorite topic. Three bells PQ and R rung periodically in the school. So this is certainly a question based on LCM, right? LCM based question they have given, and these kind of question we have also like concept we have covered. If the concept is covered, you can solve the question, right? So three bells PQRS are rung periodically in a school. P rung every 20 minutes, Q rung every 30 minutes, and R rung 50 minutes. If all the three bells rung at this, so when will the three rung bells ring again together next time? So just find the LCM, guys. So LCM of what? LCM of 20, 30 and 50. That is your job. That's it. If you're able to find the LCM of them, so your life is very simple. So can you find the LCM of them, guys, and make your life very simple? What is the LCM of 20, 30 and 40, 50, right? So you can just find the LCM the way you find the LCM. The LCM of 20, 30 and 50. How to find LCM, guys? You know that this is how we find the LCM 20, 30 and 50. Right? So you just take 210. Okay. Sorry for that. You can just find the LCM, guys. Okay, so I need not to tell you the LCM, but it's fine. You can write the LCM here. Right? What is the LCM that you are going to get? If you are able to find the LCM, then you have to add it, right? So LCM of 235 will be 300, right? You can find out. I'm not going to find out, right? So I'm just going to erase this. So you can find the LCM. You will get around LCM is going to be 300 minutes, and 300 minutes correspond to how many hours, right? So you can say that in 1 hour, like in 60 minutes, 1 hour, right? So in 300 minute means what? 5 hours, right? Okay. So 5 hours time. So the time, first time what, when all the bells are ringing, that is nothing but 12. So after 5 hours means 5 p.m., right? So after 5 hours, three bells, they will ring, okay, together. So I believe this is an application of LCM, guys. Okay, so if you know the LCM concept, it's a very simple process. Provided you should be able to find the LCM of this, right? So okay. Question number 3 is done. And again, our favorite topic, that syllogism, right? So the moment we see this kind of a question, like there are couple of statement as well as there are some conclusion, right? So we can find the answers very quickly. Okay. Statement 1 says that some bottles are cup, right? So you can say that cross cross. All cups are knives. So tick and cross, right? So you can see here, guys, this is cross cross. Okay, this is nothing but cross cross. You can write here. Okay, tick cross, and all the options you can just choose it, right? So in this here you can get the if you combine these two, okay, so you are going to get what? Some, you can say that these are the middle terms. So some bottles are knives, right? Or you can say also that some knives are bottle. You can interchange always, right? Some bottles are, okay, so conclusion 1 is going to be correct, right? You can say conclusion 1 will be correct, right? This is a main conclusion, that you can say main conclusion. Okay. Now, if you know the main conclusion, so you can also get the let us check for ICs also, right? Immediate conclusion, right? So if you know that all cups are knives, so you can say that from this statement, single statement, some knives are cups also. You can say some knives are cup. Okay, because in the options, if you see, only this option will be correct here. All other options are wrong, right? Because only conclusion 1 is correct. But since they have given conclusion 2 is also correct, so you can say that this is nothing but immediate conclusion, right? So answer for this question is like you can get in 2-3 seconds, right? So question number 4 option will be A. Okay. So you can use the tick cross method that I have discussed during the session I have given on this. Okay, so you guys can understand. Let us move to next question. What question is this? Question number 5. Okay, so the figures below shows the front and the rear view of the disk. Okay, so they have given this kind of a disk here, right? Front view and the rear view of the disk, which is shaded with the identical pattern, right? So they have given some shaded pattern here. The disk is flipped once with respect to any one of the fixed axes, like 1 is to 1 1, 2 2, and 3 3, chosen randomly at random. Okay, so if you're going to flip these disks, okay, randomly you have to flip it. Okay, so what is the probability that, so this is a question from probability basically, right? Okay, so you don't have to confuse here, you have to apply the definition of probability. What is the probability that the disk does not retain the same front and rear views after flipping the operation? So since they are asking the disk does not retain the same front and rear views after the flipping operation, so what you can do here is you can consider that the probability that the disk does not retain the same front and rear view after flipping operation is equal to 1 minus the disk retain the same front and rear view, and there will be only one choice, that is 1 by 3, right? So for this question, if you want to find these questions, it will be 1 minus only one will be, okay, 1 by 3. If you're going to flip this with respect to 1, right, so it will be same only. Okay, you can see here, if you're going to flip this with respect to 1, so it is going to be what, this 2 will be here and 3 will be here, right? You can see it is going to be same. Okay, you can check. Okay, if you're going to flip with respect to 1 1, okay, so you will be having 1 by 3. okay, same front view and rear view it will be, right? You can see here, if you're going to take this 3 here and 2 here, okay, 3 here and 2 here, so both will look like a same, right? So 1 by 3 will be the situation where the probability of retaining the same front end. So here it will be 2 by 3, right? So 1 minus 2 by 3, so answer will be C. Okay, let us move to sixth question. So altruism is the human concern for well-being of the others. Altruism has been shown to be motivated more by social bonding, familiarity, and identification of belongingness to the group. The notion that the altruism may be attributed to empathy or guilty has now been rejected. Okay. Which of the following is correct logical inference based on the information in the passage? So this is always asked, guys. You open any previous year question, right? You will get 2 mark question from inference, right? That is for sure. So ये तो free का answer आपको मिल जाएगा, right? You once you will get the passage, you can read the question. So now let us go read the options here, guys. So human engage in altruism due to guilt but not empathy. Okay, that is the statement that you can always ignore, right? Where some kind of truth is given according to you, right? What they are saying is human engage in altruism due to guilt. What is this? But not empathy. Human engage in altruism due to sympathy, but not guilt. What is this? This is the fact they have given, right? Human engage in altruism due to group identification, but not empathy. Okay. Let us go to next. Human engage in altruism due to empathy, not. This is also wrong. So only one option is correct, that is C, right? That is very very important to keep in mind, right? So due to group identification, okay, देखो यहाँ लिखा भी है identification of the belongingness to the group, okay, not empathy basically, okay. That is very important. So option C will be correct for this question. Okay. Let us read this question, guys. There are 2 identical dias with a single letter on the each faces like Q, R, S, T, U, V. These are the single faces they have given. Okay, like instead of writing 1 2 3 4 5 6, they have given letters Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, U, V only, right? Only 6 letters, right? One on each of the faces, right? So any of the 6 outcomes are equally likely, right? So probability of Q is nothing but 1 by 6, probability of R is nothing but 1 by 6, because they are equally likely, right? The probability is gonna be same. It is just like a your standard dias you can take. Instead of putting 1 2 3 4 5 6, they have written QRSTUV. The 2 dias are thrown once independently at random. Okay, so if you're doing some experiments, so that is going to be independent. Okay, now what is the probability that the outcome on the dias were composed only of any combination of following possible outcomes QUV. Okay, QUV. It's a very good question, right? You can see QUV. So what they are asking is, what is the probability that the outcome on the dias were composed only of any combination of the following possible outcomes QUV? Yes. So which answer can be correct here? So you want only Q, you want only, okay, so there are 6 total, right? You can say there are 6, okay, out of 6 you want QUV, right? Okay, I mean QUB. So if you want this combination, right? So what is the probability here? You can say 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, right? And you're going to throw the dias 2 times, right? So you're going to get this only, right? So you can say that the answer for this question is going to be, the probability is going to be what? The probability is going to be, probability of the event you can say is going to be 3 by 6 into 3 by 6. That is nothing but 99 by 36, okay, which is nothing but 1 by 4. So answer is A. Okay? Because see, QUV, you want this kind of outcomes. QUV, right? So QUV means 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, right? So that is 3 by 6, right? and you are going to throw the dice two times, right? I mean once independently at at random, okay? Two dice, okay? In both the dice, first dice you have thrown, you got QUV. Again, second dice, you got this 1 by 4. Now the question number 8, guys. Let us go to next question. So price of an item is 10% cheaper. See, this is a question from you can say that from percentage, profit and loss, whatever you can consider. The price of an item is 10% cheaper in an online store as. So there are two online stores, you can say. One online store is S, second online store is M. So the price of an item is 10% cheaper, right? मतलब सस्ता है 10% cheaper in an online store as compared to price at another online store M. Now store S charges 150 rupee for delivery. See, store S charges 150 rupee for delivery. Understand? Okay. Still that price you consider 10% cheaper, right? Okay. If that is 10% cheaper, so you will think that okay, let us order this. But a store S charges 150 rupee delivery. But there are no delivery charges for orders from the store M. So you will think that okay, I'm not gonna spend you know, I'm not going to spend what? I'm not going to spend money on the delivery charge, right? You might think like that, okay? Uh, Despite it is 10% lesser, okay? So there are no delivery charge, okay? So a person bought the item from the store S and saved 100 rupees, okay? Because it was 10% cheaper as well. Now, what is the price of an item at the online store S if there are no other charges than what is described above, right? So you see, guys, the delivery charge is nothing but 150, and he is saving 100. So if you add total, if you add this rupee and this rupee, right? So that becomes what, guys? That becomes 250. So this is 250. Okay. So this 10% correspond to 250. Remember, okay. This 10% correspond to 250. You can say 10% cheaper means 10% correspond to 250. Okay. So what you have to find here is what is the price of an item at the store online store as. So you have to find 90% then, right? Because 10% cheaper, right? So 90%. 90% will be what, guys? 250 into 90 by 10. 10 gone. So 250 into 90. How much it is? Zero. Okay. So I believe this is fine for all, right? So you guys can just find out 90%. तो कितना आ जाएगा आंसर? You have to just multiply this 9 into 5, and this is 2250 rupee, right? So your price is gonna be 2250. Okay, so it's a very simple question. You have to just understand, you have to just equate with the okay, and instead of using xyz you can get the answer very quickly. So question number 9. The letter PQRSTU are to be placed one per vertex on the regular convex hexagon, but not necessarily in the same order. Convex hexagon, concave hexagon. We have discussed this. The line segment joining R and S is longer than the line segment joining P and Q. The line segment joining R and S perpendicular to the line segment joining P and Q. Okay, and the line segment joining RU is parallel. Okay, so you have to read this question, right? So based on the above statement, which of the following option is correct? That is very important. ठीक है तो पहले तो we need to we need to describe here, right? I mean we need to think about it. Okay, understand? So which option is going to be correct here? That is what the main thing is. Yeah. So can somebody try this question and tell me the answers? So it is nothing but a regular convex hexagon. A regular convex hexagon. So please try so that okay, you can just read the statement also I can give you, right? Hmm. Okay, so if you try to go through here, guys, you try to recall, okay, what is regular convex hexagon, right? So regular hexagon look like this, you can say. All sides are okay. You can consider any kind of hexagon. Regular means all sides is gonna be same. Okay, regular means all sides are going to be same. Okay? So you can say that this is P Q R S T U. Understand? Now the line segment joining S and R. S and R. This S and R is longer than the line segment joining P and Q. Okay. So the letter PQRSTU are to be placed one per vertex on the regular convex hexagon, but not necessarily in the same order. So what we have done here is we have just put in the same order, but you don't have to put in the same order, right? That is very important to keep in mind. Okay. So what you will find here is that, okay, the line segment joining R and T is parallel to the line segment joining Q and S. Okay, so you will get the answer as option A, right? If you solve this properly, right? So, but you have to draw the picture, right? If you draw the picture, you can get the answer quickly. Okay. Okay, so you just try this. Okay, so that so what we can do here is we can just draw the picture first, and then we can solve it. Okay, so I'm just going to draw the picture, okay, so that you guys can understand. So you see here, just this is nothing but a hexagon. You can take this kind of a hexagon. Understood? So, so there is a regular convex hexagon, okay, like in which PQRST are to be placed on one vertex, but not necessarily in the same order. So what concept we have to use is we have to draw the diagram here. Okay, we have to draw the diagram. Until you draw the diagram, you can't solve, right? So let us draw the diagram. Okay, so what we have given is according to the question using given statement. So it is going to be regular hexagon, you can say. Then let us go to first. Let us go to first statement. The line segment joining R and S is longer than the line segment joining P and Q, right? So you can understand that. Suppose this is P and this is Q if you take, right? And so you can say this is R and S, right? Because this is going to be longer compared to this. Okay. Next statement what they have given is the line segment joining R and S perpendicular to the line segment joining P and Q. This is also well considered. So yeah, it is true now. Okay. So this picture is correct. Now the line segment joining R and U is parallel to the line segment joining T and Q. T R and U क्या है ये है अगर R and U, so T will be here, you can say like this, because this is going to be parallel here. So this is the diagram we have got. Now let us go to options. So line segment joining R and T is parallel to the line segment joining Q and S. R and T, ये R T है और ये Q S है, so ये parallel है, right? It means this option is correct. So it's a very simple question, guys. You have to draw the picture. Okay, you have to draw the picture. Whatever question is given, read the question statement and draw the hexagon here like this. Okay, so your hexagon will be this is R, this is S. Okay, because they are perpendicular like this, P and Q, and they have said that something is parallel. You can say okay. So according to the question that you have to solve it. Right? Some bugs are there, okay, so please consider that. This is Q and this is P. Understood? So this is very simple question. Let us go to this question now. Yes, question number 10. Last question of the day of this session. So an ant is at bottom left corner of a grid point P. यहाँ पर ant है आपका, you can say. Here is your ant. As shown below, as shown above, right? So it aims to move to top right corner of the grid, right? Top right corner of the grid, okay? Top right corner of the grid. Top right corner of the grid, right? Here you can say, okay? The ant moves only along the lines marked in the grid, such that the current distance to the top right corner strictly decreases. Okay? So which of the following is the part possible trajectory of the ant during the movement, right? So if you take these trajectory, guys, okay. So if you are going to start from here, if you go like this, still you will be very far from the, you can say from the top right corner, right? If you're going to go like this is also very, still you are very far. Okay, and this cannot be correct here because you are not going up, right? You are just rotating here only. Understood? If you're going like this, suppose you started like this, okay, you bent like this, again you came back here, right? So you are very far, right, from the top corner. But if you're going like this, yeah, so you can be near. Okay, so option C will be correct here. So this is very simple question, right? Okay. So this is what the 20 question we have done, guys. Okay, 20 questions. All questions were simple, right? You can get 10 out of 10. I mean 15 out of 15. So we'll meet in the next session having some other year, aptitude. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt, you guys can comment in the chat box or anywhere. Right? We'll meet in next session. Thank you.